Hello everyone! It has been truly a long time since I made my last video, so thank you very much for your patience. I took a long summer and enjoyed myself a lot, and I feel very relaxed and excited to be making a video again, so it's really nice to see you, so thank you for watching this video. Now today, I'm going to help you to take your English to the next level. How can we make our English more elegant, more interesting, and more specific? Well, there's one way we can do that. So it's very common for people who learn English to rely too much on using the word very to increase the strength of an adjective. For example, it's very big, it's very small, he's very nice, it's very cold. And while these phrases are absolutely fine for conveying an idea or a meaning, they aren't the most interesting phrases for your interlocutor. Your interlocutor is the other person that you are in a conversation with. So to make your language more interesting and to make it more specific, because very big or very nice are very generic. They're very general phrases. They don't tell us very much. So in order to do that, we can choose higher level, more interesting and more specific vocabulary. So I'm going to introduce some phrases so you can start doing that when you are speaking and writing and communicating in English. So let's take a sentence. She was very happy about her promotion. Now, a promotion is when you get the next level in a job. You have been working in a job, in a position for a while, and your boss says, "You are doing amazingly. I want to give you the next job," and that's a promotion. So how can we change very happy for something more interesting and more specific? Well, here's an alternative. She was ecstatic about her promotion. Ecstatic shows a great sense of happiness and joy. So if you ever feel really happy, you ever feel very joyful, you can say, "Oh, I'm ecstatic." Another alternative is over the moon. To be over the moon is an expression to say that you're really, really happy. So you could say, she was over the moon about her promotion. And this is so much more interesting for the person you're speaking to when they hear that. How about the phrase, he felt very sad about the breakup? So the breakup means a breaking of a relationship. So he was with his partner, his boyfriend or his girlfriend, and they broke up. And he felt very sad about the breakup. So instead of very sad, what could we say? We could say heartbroken. So he felt heartbroken about the breakup. Or we could also say devastated. He felt devastated about the breakup. This is a very strong word to say that you are so sad and disappointed about something. So he felt heartbroken, or he felt devastated about the breakup. When I hear this makes me feel a lot more emotion than when I hear he was very sad. When I hear he was heartbroken or he was devastated, then I connect a lot more with the story. So it makes it more interesting and people are going to be more connecting with the stories and with the things that you're telling them. How about this phrase? That was a very big mistake. That was a very big mistake. So instead of very big, we could say huge. Very big is the same as huge. So that was a huge mistake. Or we could change slightly. Instead of saying very big, we could say terrible. That was a terrible mistake. Or that was a dreadful mistake. A dreadful mistake. Dreadful means terrible. Really bad. So that was a huge mistake, or that was a dreadful mistake. How about she has a very small dog? What could you say instead of very small? She has a tiny dog. She has a tiny dog. Or you can emphasize the word tiny and make it a little bit more sort of childish in a way and say, she has a teeny tiny dog. A teeny tiny dog. She has a teeny tiny dog. She has a tiny dog. Again, teeny tiny is a little bit more childish, but it's a bit more amusing to hear. So again, using specific language can bring out more emotions, more feelings in the person you're speaking to. Okay, and what about she is very smart? She is very smart. And smart here means intelligent. So what's an alternative? I'll give you an interesting one. We could say, she is a brainiac. She is a brainiac. She is such a brainiac. A brainiac is a noun, so not an adjective, but it's a noun to describe someone who is very intelligent. And you can also use the adjective form brainy, brainy. So someone with a brain, but they've got a really good brain, so they are brainy. She is really brainy. She's very brainy. She's brainy. Or she is a brainiac. So now you've heard some different vocabulary to make your communication and your sentences more interesting. Let's have a very short quiz. I'll tell you 3 sentences, and for each one, I want you to change the very plus adjective to a more interesting word for me. So, when we went to Scotland, we saw a very big castle by a lake. So, instead of very big, what could you say? You could say huge. We saw a huge castle by the lake, or by a lake. You could also say massive. We saw a massive castle. Or you can say enormous. We saw an enormous castle by a lake. And I'm sure you might have had some other ideas, so again, you can share those down below in the comments. What about this sentence? After losing her job, she felt very sad. After losing her job, she felt devastated. Or you could say heartbroken. If it was her dream job, she was heartbroken. Final one. She was very happy to see her long-lost friend after such a long time. So here, first of all, long-lost friend, that's a way to say that you've not seen that person for a very, very long time. Maybe 10, 15, 20, even 30 years. A long-lost friend. So here you could say, over the moon, or ecstatic. She was over the moon to see her long-lost friend after such a long time. Or she was ecstatic. And again, I'm sure you've got some other ideas, so please share them in the comments. I have a challenge for you. I want you to write your own sentence using an amazing adjective. Instead of saying very big, very strong, very fast, whatever, choose a beautiful, wonderful, amazing, specific, delightful adjective to add to that sentence. You will see if you start to do this in those conversations that you have in English, you will start to make your English conversation more specific, more interesting, and even with much more feeling for the person you're speaking to. If you would like a PDF explaining a little bit more about taking very plus an adjective and making it much more interesting and specific, go to the description below and you can download the PDF and it will sign you up to my mailing list too. So thank you so much. It was great to see you again and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do give it a like if you like it and share it with your friends. And also don't forget to subscribe, of course. Thanks so much and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.